You can't believe all of your thoughts about your whole life right now. It's not even a really great time for you to decide anything about your whole life. You just need to stay alive and be loved through this. So just don't believe all of your worst thoughts, because you might think like you were a total monster and you were a total wreck and you were in your life and you're in other people's lives. You made all the wrong choices and you did it all wrong. That is just a lot of poison of withdrawal thinking, and I had that. And so don't believe all of your worst thoughts. Just don't buy into all of them, or you might feel really scared about them, but ask the people who actually know you and love you some like perspective on yourself, because the truth is that there may have been some loss. I don't want to diminish that. Like, the meds do affect us. So there may have been some ways that it affected you or muted you. Maybe you weren't as inspired or motivated. Maybe you were fine with some things that weren't great for you because it dulled down your awareness. Maybe some of those things could have happened. But chances are you were not a total incomplete monster while you were on this, that it was like just kind of a muting effect that can happen with meds. And so don't believe your worst fears about yourself. And then as far as what it did take, like if it did take some of the good things away, and you're like, I don't even know what it did take away, that is something that can resolve in time, your perspective of. And you also will be able to see the good things that did happen during that time and have more of a balanced perspective. So there are good things that have happened during your time on the meds. And so it's hard to see that when you're in withdrawal. You're having like negative memories, negative flashbacks, like your whole negative neural network is like super activated. So you're probably like, you may be remembering traumas, you may be remembering your worst moments, you might be remembering your worst decisions or whatever it is. And so you're like reliving all of this stuff like it's current. You're maybe feeling tormented by it. But the truth is that that is actually behind you, but your negative neural network is just so activated right now through withdrawal that it feels like the worst possible interpretation of everything, and like really so much terror and horror and doom, like you're condemned, like you're never gonna heal, like you're the worst human being ever, you're disgusting, you're unworthy of life. All of that stuff is just super toxic withdrawal thoughts. And so you can't believe all of the worst of that. And you will get a more balanced perspective of your time, both on meds and of your healing time.